96% will fail this rare British classic car quiz. Fancy a stroll down memory lane? Spark a bit of nostalgia with this quiz of worst-selling cars of the 1960s. For each car shown, see if you can name it before the multiple choice options appear. Score 5 points for each correct answer without hints, and 2 points if you need the options but still guess it right. The final question at the end will show the #1 worst-selling car in the UK of the 1960s. Trust me, it will be a surprise. Let's see how many you can name. Round 1. Identify this car. A. 1958 Standard Vanguard, B. 1962 Triumph Herald 1200, C. 1961 Standard Ensign, or D. 1963 Triumph 2000. The correct answer, C. 1961 Standard Ensign. Built as a stripped-down version of the Standard Vanguard, the Ensign rolled onto the scene with styling that already looked a decade out of date. With its modest 1.5-litre engine, it offered just enough power to get you to the shops, assuming you weren't in a hurry. Competing against sharper, fresher rivals like the Hillman Minx and Ford Consul, the Ensign felt like a hand-me-down from the past, and British buyers weren't fooled. In total, fewer than 20,000 were made before Standard quietly pulled the plug and shuffled off stage. It wasn't fast, it wasn't fancy, and it definitely wasn't memorable. Which classic do you think was the worst of the 1960s? Round 2. A. 1966 Triumph Herald, B. 1963 Triumph Vitesse, C. 1968 Triumph 1300, D. 1964 Triumph TR4. Correct answer, A. 1966 Triumph Herald. A total of approximately 568,000 units of the Triumph Herald were sold between 1959 and 1971. The Triumph Herald was praised for its styling and maneuverability, but it had several notable drawbacks that earned it mixed reviews over time. Are you nailing this quiz? If you like this quiz, consider to subscribe and hit the bell notification if you don't want to miss the next fun quiz. Round 3. Can you name this one? A. 1954 Austin A30, B. 1951 Austin A70, C. 1961 Austin A35, D. 1957 Austin A40. Correct answer, D. 1957 Austin A40. The Austin A40 nameplate covers several models, but the A40 Farina, introduced in 1958, sold approximately 372,000 units between 1958 and 1967. The Austin A40 was not considered the worst, but it did face criticism, especially when compared to more modern offerings later in the 1960s. Like many British cars of the era, rust protection was minimal. So many A40s deteriorated quickly without meticulous care. Round 4. A. 1965 Morris 1100, B. 1968 Morris Oxford Series 6, C. 1968 Morris Minor 1000, D. 1962 Morris Major Elite. Correct answer, B. 1968 Morris Oxford Series 6. The Morris Oxford Series 6 was produced between 1966 and 1971, with roughly 230,000 units sold during that period. The car's weight and underpowered engines, typically a 1.5-litre or 1.6-litre inline-4, resulted in lackluster acceleration and poor fuel economy. It suffered from poor rust protection, leading to corrosion issues in many examples. The interior was Spartan and cheaply finished, lacking the comfort and style seen in competitors. Round 5. Can you name this one? A. 1957 Singer Hunter, B. 1963 Singer Vogue, C. 1964 Singer Gazelle Series 6, D. 1962 Singer Charmy. Correct answer, C. 1964 Singer Gazelle Series 6. Even by 1964, the Gazelle's shape looked outdated, with its tall stance and conservative lines. Some owners reported stiff gear changes and slow response, especially in early models. Which car did you grow up with? Share your memories in the comments. Round 6. A. 1965 Wolseley Hornet, B. 1958 Wolseley 1550, C. 1963 Wolseley 1500, D. 1965 Wolseley 6110. Correct answer, D. 1965 Wolseley 6110. While not commonly called the worst, the 610 had a reputation for being out of step with the times in the mid-1960s. It had a soft suspension tuned for comfort, but this made the car wallow in corners and feel less composed at speed. The large engine and heavy body meant it drank fuel, which hurt sales as economic concerns grew. Round 7. Can you name this one? A. 1964 Austin A60 Cambridge, B. 1961 Austin A55, C. 1968 Austin A110, D. 1964 Austin 1800. Correct answer. A. 1964 Austin A60 Cambridge. The Austin A60 Cambridge was produced from 1961 to 1969. Despite its Italian design roots, the car's shape was upright and traditional, lacking the sleeker, lower profile that buyers were beginning to prefer. The interior looked like something from the 1950s, minimal dials, wide steering wheel, and lack of modern ergonomics. Like many 1960s British cars, the A60 was notoriously vulnerable to rust, especially in the floor pans, floor bottoms, and rear arches. Round 8. A. 1969 Austin Maxi, B. 1966 Austin 1100C, 1963 Austin Princess R, D. 1964 Austin 1800. The correct answer, D. 1964 Austin 1800. The Austin 1800 was produced from 1964 to 1975 under various badges: Austin, Morris, and Wolseley. Its engineering, especially hydroelastic suspension, front-wheel drive and transverse engine, was cutting-edge but difficult to service and misunderstood by both dealers and customers. The early models were notorious for notchy gear changes, and the automatic versions were unreliable. Lacked true luxury features, though some higher trims offered wood trim and extra instrumentation. Round 9. Can you name this one? A. 1966 Hillman Super Minx, B. 1964 Hillman Minx Series 5, C. 1968 Hillman Imp, D. 1960 Hillman Husky. Correct answer, C. 1968 Hillman Imp, produced from 1963 to 1976 by Roots Group, later Chrysler UK. The 1968 model year sat in the middle of its production run, but sales never matched expectations, especially as a competitor to the Mini. The rear engine layout led to oversteer, while the gear linkage was long and vague, making gear changes difficult. Although compact and well-packaged, the Imp couldn't match the Mini for practicality.
The worst of the worst
of the 1960s. Round 10, final round. A. 1970 Reliant Robin Mach 1, B. 1962 Reliant Regal 325, C. 1965 Reliant Rebel, D. 1973 Reliant Supervan 3. The correct answer, B. 1962 Reliant Regal 325. The Reliant Regal 325th was produced from 1962 to 1973. The Regal 325th is infamous for its quirks and is often the butt of jokes, but it has its place in motoring history. With a single front wheel doing all the steering, the car was prone to tipping over, especially during sharp turns or evasive maneuvers. It earned an unfortunate reputation for rolling over easily. The cabin was extremely minimal, with bare-bones controls, poor noise insulation. If you liked this quiz, please give us a like and consider to subscribe to our channel. This will help me make more fun quizzes. Now, did you miss a car in this list? Share your thoughts in the comments below.